Now, we notice a lot of people aren't talking about the Barbie movie at the moment. And if they are, it's all positive. It's all very positive. I have a different spin on it. Completely. I liked it. Did I love it? No, I didn't. I loved Ryan Gosling in it. I thought he was fantastic. He made the movie. If Ryan Gosling was not in this movie, it wouldn't be good at all. It was very woke. And I said in my previous video before I was going to see the movie, I hope it's not woke. It is. Unfortunately, it is. And it's woke in the wrong way. It's not empowering to women at all. I feel like it's not empowering one little bit.
I think it was a bit of a mixed signal.
Yeah, it was.
For me too. And, I'm not as... You have more of an issue with woke than I do.
Yeah, Marcy doesn't.
But even I had an issue with this. Because the whole movie, the plots didn't add up enough for me. The whole thing was her going to the real world, fixing her dilemma, which apparently, she's feeling like...
She's got cellulite.
She's got cellulite.
And she's falling apart.
Her feet are touching the floor,
She doesn't have an arched, foot. Yeah.
She's supposed to go to the real world to meet the person who's playing with her Barbie doll and fix that person. That storyline never happened.
No, it didn't.
It never happened. Where's the storyline? So I have an issue with that. I have an issue with storylines that don't make sense. That bugs me.
And Will Ferrell was in it, and he's my favourite actor.
That pissed me off because there was no reason for him to be in... I love Will Ferrell too.
I love him.
But there was no reason for him to be in the film.
There was no reason whatsoever.
He came across as the antagonist, right? And then the whole thing was just thrown out the window.
Yep.
He just was like this guy. They just thought, let's put Will Ferrell in because Will Ferrell. Have him run around. Have him cry at the end. It's all good. There was no reason for him to be in it.
There's no women empowerment at all. Women empowerment is about degrading men. And that's not empowerment. Empowering is empowering yourself, being a better person for yourself and just being confident. But today it's about degrading men. Making them seem like they're worthless, useless. Yeah. And that's not empowerment to me.
The issue,
it isn't.
For me, it's not the whole women empowerment, it's how they did it in the film. Because they had Ryan Gosling's character. And really, if
fantastic.
you watch it,
fantastic.
And they kind of gloss over the plot a lot. They don't put enough emphasis into the plot that they want. If they wanted it to be a women empowering film, they should have made more emphasis on it. But what they did was they glossed over the fact that Ryan Gosling's character was actually suppressed.
It was.
The Kens of the Barbie world was suppressed because all the Barbies didn't give a crap about them. They're like, it's Ken. Who cares about Ken? We've got the Barbie dream house. We've got all the jobs. All Ken does is know how to beach. He can't even lifeguard. He just knows how to beach.
He doesn't live in a house.
He was feeling suppressed.
And we have no time for Ken, So
then Ken...
It's all about Barbie and her dream house. Yeah. And, I got girls' night tonight. Yeah, and she didn't give a stuff about Ken.
Exactly. And
Ken had no place in the world.
Sees the real world. He's like, men can have a voice too. So they had Ken go on a bit of a tantrum and he went on a bit of a rampage. They made him into this like Mr. Musclehead, stereotypical bloke that obviously you're going to hate that character. Everyone's going to hate that character if he's going to be like, I'm the man. And then what was that thing that he did?
Dojo Mojo Casa House.
Yeah.
I want my Dojo Mojo Casa House, and I loved it. I loved Ken. Ken made this film. I'm telling you, if there was no Ken, there would be no film in my eyes. It was just too much.
Yeah.
Margot Robbie, all she did was cry.
Yeah.
I was sick of the crying. That's not woman empowerment. Women don't sit there and roll over and cry, life is bad. No. You pick yourself up, you show the men who you are, and you don't need to put them down to show how good you are.
Exactly.
That is female empowerment. Exactly. And we're not seeing any of that today. All we're seeing is women degrade the hell out of men and squash who they are to make themselves feel empowerment when they're not really empowered at all. And I hate that. I just don't like that at all. How they should have ended the film is that they're both equal.
Yeah,
we're both equal.
That bugged me too.
Yeah.
Because after all that, they made him into this much, and he didn't even want to do it too. Because you see his character, he felt bad. He didn't want to make her upset.
No.
He just wanted Barbie. He loved Barbie.
Yeah.
She could have just let him down nicely, and then he let her have. It wasn't like a big drama at the end. They made it like a bigger drama than it was, and then the Barbies got back their world, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, oh, well, you guys are back to being your suppressed selves now. Because Ken's like, oh, well, we could be equal now.
Yeah.
Can we have a seat in Parliament too? Can we have a bit of power too? Not a bit of power, but can we have a little voice? They're like, nah, you can have a sub-level.
Yeah.
And she said that. It's like, well,
that's degrading.
I would have liked it if it was all equal.
Yeah, can't we be about being equal? Equal rights, equality for people.
I love
there
women
is
in
no
power,
equality
but
today.
I felt like that was a bit on the other end. And I don't like that.
Yeah, I didn't like it at all. I didn't feel that Barbie was empowered. It didn't show any empowerment whatsoever. All she did, honestly, guys, was cry. At the start, she danced, and I loved all that. I loved the start. Loved the start. I loved it when Ken did his Ken dance.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was so great.
Yeah.
But
that
all
too.
she did was cry, and she went on a storyline that didn't make sense.
No, didn't make sense. At the end, she
all.
wanted to be human.
You know how do you know how she became a human? By going to see a gynecologist. I thought, oh my God.
I kind of
Oh my God, that was just stupid. It was stupid. But I love the dancing. I love the clothes. There could have been more of that. More of that excitement. Like people are saying that, kids can't really go to see the movie because they won't understand it. They don't really need to understand it. It's not not rocket science, It's
I like all the little bit of like they have the
clothes. You can say the clothes. I love the clothes.
clothes.
All
And
the
also they
throwback
have like
of
the little
clothes.
bits like when they talked about pregnant Barbie and how she got discontinued, and they had little like Easter eggs throughout the film. I kind of like seeing that's like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like younger kids aren't going to remember this, but the older generation will remember. Oh yeah, I remember that Barbie. I remember this Barbie. Like
my favorite
I would
was
like to see more of
Daydream
that.
Barbie with her glow dress. That was my favorite Barbie
Yeah, they should
ever.
have shown
I
more
love that.
of all the different Barbies.
Yeah, that would have been
That would have been
fantastic.
good.
Yeah. And I didn't want to see Margot Robbie cry all the time. I just didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see them put down men. Men are nothing. I hate that.
I think that a lot of women empowerment was justified like heavily back in the day.
Yeah.
I think we're at a point now where we kind of need to start evolving the way we see women empowerment.
There could have been that message. It could have had something more. Like,
I reckon it could have had more of a
could have been more.
message, better
It could have been
message.
more. Ryan Gosling, you made this film. You really did. You were fantastic. I even love the fake beach. I love the
I thought
fake
it was
beach.
hilarious.
That was
I love that
hilarious.
too because I like how they had the whole plastic.
Yeah.
Because it was like cartoon but not cartoon. Like it was.
But
it was
Margot's
cool. I loved it.
storyline didn't make sense. It just weaved in and out of nonsense. I'm going to be honest with you. She didn't even find the girl that
No, she found her, but the storyline didn't. It was. There was no point to it.
Yeah.
She was supposed to go to the human world to find, and it was the mother to help repair her life. She didn't repair her life.
No.
She did nothing to her life.
She was too busy
the mother
crying.
The mother was supposed to have issues with her daughter. The daughter suddenly, like, she was all, oh, I hate Barbie, I hate the world. And then she was wearing pink. It's like, oh, I like this now. Like, there was no
yeah, too much
correlation.
yeah,
As in, what the hell?
100%.
What did she heal? She healed nothing. They were happy singing along. And then at the end, she's like, oh, let's make a normal Barbie.
Come on, Barbie. No, I don't want a
sense.
normal Barbie.
Oh.
I want a superhuman Barbie that I've got something to strive for.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I don't want to look at boring Barbie. I feel like I am boring. You know what I mean? I don't want
Barbie's
boring.
supposed to be a fantasy.
It's a fantasy, something for maybe I can dream and be. Do you know this movie gave me a little bit of Rocky Horror Picture Show? A little bit. I loved Rocky Horror
How?
Picture Show. It just did. There was something about the way it was. It reminded me of Rocky Horror Picture Show. Maybe I'm the only person who thinks this. There's a lot of people that are saying it's like the Truman Show. I don't think it was very Truman Show at all. But it had a bit of Rocky.
I don't get the horror.
I just had a bit of Rocky Horror to it. Just a little bit. But nowhere near as good because I loved Rocky Horror.
Well, no way.
No, I'm a massive Rocky Horror fan. But yeah, I don't know. There could have been more. I don't want ordinary Barbie. I don't want to see ordinary, especially if you're living an ordinary life. You want to see something that you look up to and dream to want to be. Even if you can't get there, it's still nice to dream.
Dream Glow Barbie.
When you guys go and see this movie, tell me what you think. Do you like the movie? Did you think there was parts that were pointless? Did you think Ryan Gosling was the main hurrah? Because I did. I loved Ryan in this movie. Let us know your opinion. Hey, Mars.
Yeah, let us know because I liked it. But yeah, it was a letdown. So I'm curious what other people think too.
Come on, Barbie. Let's go party.
Oh yeah.